Testing, test one. Alright, I think we're back. Testing, test 1, 2. Oh, we may have lost the game audio now. Or maybe the music just ended. Okay. Alright. Well, hi everybody, welcome back to Yukikaze Gaming. What would a stream be without some scuff to start it off with? Tonight we're going to be playing some Frostpunk 2. This was, a game I had wanted to play earlier, and I'd really wanted to start with Frostpunk 1, but we'll just go ahead and skip ahead. I haven't tried 2 at all yet, this will be my first time playing it. I've done about half a round of 1. I expect this will be just as intensely difficult and gruesome. Be warned, this is a very bleak franchise. If you are not in a good emotional state, you may want to pass on this one. Or if, you know, really grim, dark, post-apocalyptic themes are a problem for you, you may want to give this one a pass. Let's see. So, this is a title that was actually gifted to me, by 2 of my, close VTuber friends. And we are going to give it a shot in honor of having received it as a gift. Goes to the top of the pile. We're going to try story mode. Welcome to Frostpunk 2. Frostpunk 2 is a challenging game in which planning ahead is crucial and failure is a natural part of the experience. If you're a veteran of the original Frostpunk or enjoy a challenge, you may try your luck with the officer or higher difficulty level. Otherwise, we suggest you start at Citizen and take it one step at a time. Remember, it's not about how many times we fall, it's about how many times we get up. Prologue, the Wanderers. They came upon the old machine as they always do, and when the whiteout hits, they must survive. In 1887, the world froze to death, civilizations crumbled. The failing British Empire built generators to support cities of evacuees, cities that would become the last on Earth. Whether huddled by a generator or out in the open frostland, those that survived were shaped by the ordeal. 30 years later, all have become very different people. Difficulty preset Citizen, moderate challenge but with a margin for error and room to correct mistakes. No active pause nearby. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that sounds painful. I wouldn't really want to play on that mode. That sounds highly stressful.
Steward? Honorable Steward.
Generation ago, we fled the crumbling British Empire. As the world froze around us. held New London together. I did. Survived 30 years of whiteouts. But the world around us is dead. Empty. Ripe for the taking. The city grows. Festers. Merely surviving is not enough. Have to expand. After all, it's us who survived the end of the world. You're not gonna be like game audio? Yes. Now what? I mean, I can understand there not being voiceovers, but I would have expected there to at least be some music or something in this scene. The Wanderers. We've been roaming the frozen desert for years. Many of us do not remember a world before the Great Frost. Now another whiteout is coming, and again we've reached the old machine. Again we will rely on its furnace to provide heat through the storm. In the past, we always made sure there were enough supplies for the next whiteout, but our numbers have grown through the years. Providing for everyone is getting harder and harder. We must survive. Oh, that doesn't seem good. Fight the cold. Welcome to the prologue. Here you'll learn the basics of construction and controls. You'll need it for what awaits you in a larger city. The old dreadnought remains in pieces under layers of snow, but scattered wagons still have resources inside. First, we must break ice to reach one of the oil wagons and construct an extraction district to use it. Then we can turn on the dreadnought's furnace to heat us. We'll restart the furnace. And out arriving in 88 weeks. Frost break to an oil wagon. Construct an extraction district on the oil wagon. Turn on the furnace in the dreadnought wreck to provide heat. Hey, where's my peeps? Frost breaking tutorial. For construction, you need to break the ice and prepare the ground. Select tiles until you reach oil, then confirm with checkmark. Negative 20 degrees Celsius currently. And that's before the whiteout. Aw, thank you for the follow! Welcome, Ingenious Ghost. I've seen you faving my stuff on TikTok recently. Thank you very much. Glad you've been enjoying my content. Select the extraction district from the toolbar, click on the resource tile, and continue selecting tiles until checkmark appears. If that was actually a wise way to do that. Maybe I should have done more ice breaking and then made all 3 tiles be on the actual resource? Unclear on what the optimal setup is there. Always cool watching stuff get built in games like this. Apparently I can't zoom in on the little camps down here. Minor, growing, extremely increased by cold. Cold, notable, growing. Provide basic infrastructure. The furnace is on! We have enough oil to cover current needs. But the cold will still affect our people until they have proper shelter. Housing will best protect us from the cold if built in close proximity to other housing or the furnace itself. However, we'll need prefabricated parts for construction. Brought some with us. The rest we need to extract from the wagon wreckages. Rascally rabbits. Crossbreak to a construction wagon. Build an extraction district to provide prefabs. Okay. Build 2 housing districts. game's digging through the ice, huh? This definitely, plays a little bit different from the first one. The first one was more about, like, building individual buildings rather than districts like this. So they've definitely changed up the gameplay style a little bit. As the thick black liquid oozes through the pipes, our people rejoice. The carcass of this old machine is a testament to the hardships that made us. More importantly, it's our haven in the storm. It has allowed us to weather many whiteouts, and it will do so again. Have oil, we can turn on the furnace. Select a Dreadnought's wreck to access the furnace control. Once turned on, the Dreadnought's furnace will automatically convert oil into heat. Already done that part. Population? 1,000? Workforce? About half that? Two people sick. Not too bad under the circumstances. This sort of thing gets me in trouble sometimes with these kind of tutorials, but nonetheless, I'm going to start ice-breaking over to this other thing, under the assumption that it'll probably ask me too soon. Housing district only gives 15, huh? Oh no, some people are frozen to death. established some heat and shelter for our people, we must now turn our attention to the incoming whiteout. First, we must frostbreak to the small patches of fertile soil suitable for growing food. Then we must store it in easily accessible depots. We must move quickly so no one starves. Yeah, I bet. Huddle the camp close together, easier to trap the war. Okay, we've got a number of different fertile soil locations to get to here. Totally sure how we get to some of these, I think. Yeah, I don't think we can go here directly. I think we have to frost break our way down here. Guess we're kind of limited in how many frost break points we can do at a time. And proactively build that oil extractor. Also gonna go ahead and proactively make some more housing. Squalor? Oh no. Material scarcity. I suppose maybe I need to make more materials as well. Okay, prepare for the whiteout. We secured our immediate survival. Now we have to stockpile as much food as we can before the whiteout forces us to take shelter. To do that, we need to produce more food than our current demand. Must be ready. Hmm. $154 weeks at current rate. Oh no. Oh, prefab. Are different from materials. Okay. Materials are scarce. If all of them unfulfilled, apparently. Spinning Kell, 42, gardener, pouring sand in his hands. We've been here so many times. The soil is depleting. A couple more and there'll be no point in erecting the hothouses. There'll be nothing to grow food on. The yield is so low, either we pull emergency shifts or tighten our belts. Otherwise, there might not be enough for everyone. We may not be able to fill food stockpiles without exceptional measures. Consider asking the Wanderers to tighten belts or instill emergency shifts in the food districts. Oh dear. Into the black, burying the dead. We mourn those who have recently passed. As is our custom, we take them to the oil pits. We gently lower their bodies into the thick blackness. The fuel that keeps us warm in life likewise preserves us in death. But death also erodes trust in our leaders. Without trust, there is no future. Trust in relations fall every time people die. I see. We lack money. Okay, we actually have materials now. That's an improvement. I guess frost breaking isn't always a good idea if you're not immediately ready to construct on whatever it is that you're doing. Priya Cleghorn, 62, seamstress. Looking at her grandchildren playing. My knees ache and my fingers are so stiff I can't hold the needle anymore. I've lived a full life and it warms my heart to see little Betty and Jacob play by the evening fire, but maybe this is it. I've talked with the other elders. If it comes to it, we will go. I won't let my grandchildren starve. Some people are ready to sacrifice themselves to lower the food required. Shocked at the sight of seals. Seals! I can't believe my eyes! We've seen them, since before... We haven't seen them since before the Great Frost. How did they survive? There's enough meat here to feed everybody. We're saved! But should we slay them if the Lord spared them from the end of the world, too? The seal colony can supplement our food production. We lack workforce? Oh no. Surplus? Materials surplus? Oh, oil, plus 30. A mysterious symbol, the captain's legacy. One of our frostbreaking crew uncovered the frozen remains of a man in tattered uniform. His shoulder patch reads New London Scouts, 3rd Platoon, and he bears an obscure insignia. Some of our elders claim it belongs to a military organization, while others argue it has religious significance. Maybe you have heard of this New London before and can settle their debate? New London is a city of discipline that follows strong leadership where militant squads keep the peace. This will create a community in which New London has embraced order to survive. New London is a city of devotion that establishes a new religion and follows the guidance of a zealous clergy. This will create a community in which New London has to embrace faith to survive. Or, I don't recognize this symbol. This will create a continuity in which New London has leaned on either order or faith to survive. We'll start a viewer poll. Assuming that worked. Alright, I'm gonna say I don't recognize this symbol. More scraps. In 42 weeks at current rate. Oh, low on materials. I do not have the workforce for frost breaking. And crank down production there a little bit to free up some workforce. Geez, still don't have enough. Oh no, we don't have enough workforce for anything else. Alright, let's crank those down a bit. That's really funny. The extraction district to make materials requires materials. The whiteout draws near. A sacrifice. The people in camp are getting tense. We worry we won't gather enough food in time. Our hunters propose to slaughter the remaining seals, including pups and females. This will allow us to gather much more food, but will wipe out what could be the last colony of these creatures on Earth. However, many elders have volunteered to walk into the Frostland rather than be a burden on our resources. Their sacrifice would significantly reduce the rations we need for the whiteout. What should we do? We will not resort to extremes. Currently, we are technically on track. And the thing we're short of the most is workforce. I think doing extra shifts would have only messed me up more. Because we wouldn't have had enough workforce available to actually handle all the farms. Alright. Things are looking up. Got all of our stuff balanced here pretty well. And we will be ready with our stockpiles in 11 weeks at the current rate. Oh, resource nearly depleted. Prefabs? Oh, that's fine. Oh, heat demand is increased. Okay, hang on. Time to rebalance things a bit. Hmm. There we go. Sorry to the people who have to work double shifts. So I've got to do double shifts at this one, too. But hey, we only have to hang in there for 4 weeks. Well, the food resource is nearly depleted. Now we wait. Oh, we have to actually play it out, huh? At least the temperature's supposed to go back up eventually. And some of these being nearly depleted should reduce our burden of oil a little bit. Rust is also a resource. You know what? I'll keep these up, and I'll turn this one down. That's the only one that's not getting a bonus to efficiency. If I click this again, does it deactivate it? wary of this storm. Oh, that's the whiteout. Okay. The whiteout is here. The preparations are over. Wow, that is some extreme fuel requirements. When the whiteout hit the camp, the wanderers were ready. Everyone was thankful we acted fast and gathered enough food in time. The miracle of the seal colony strengthened our hope that our journey will lead to a promised land. Our elders have added this story to our great tales, alongside warnings about a sinful city that still pumps smoke into the sky. We survived the end of the world. The old captain is dead. New London is weak. Food is low. Overpopulation looms. Coal is running out. People yearn for a future worth dreaming of. But is it the same future for all? Keep the city together. Or hold its hand on its deathbed. Chapter 1, Scraping the Barrel. Coal is running out. The captain is dead. As he weakened, growing divisions brought city maintenance to a grinding halt. Now, New London is left to suffer the consequences. As steward, it is your charge to lead, but you must prove yourself. The overcrowded city is low on resources. Use this warmer year to build more shelter, secure coal, and power the generator back on. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and take a break here for a while. I imagine I'll be back in about 40 minutes or so, to play some more of this. I think in the meantime I'll go ahead and end stream. But this will not be the end. I shall return.